adoption story.
Ew. We'll start this scene.
It's just a team, it's just a coach.
I told you already.
I'm stressed just thinking about it.
I'll recommend to press pause right now because you're not gonna like what I have to say. You could be in a relationship right now and y'all wouldn't even know.
Why are you getting asked that?
How is Lexie's dating life going? Is she dating? Hey guys, it's Anna. Oh, what?
I was gonna say hey guys.
Redo it. Hey guys, it's Anna.
What? I'm trying to say hey guys. Like, cause you say hey guys, and I'm like, hey.
No, just go. Hey guys, it's Anna.
And Lexie.
And we're back with another YouTube video. I honestly thought that it was gonna be a little bit too soon to do a twin talk because it's only been 2 months, but a lot has changed and this is the video y'all wanted to see.
We're just, again, gonna be answering all of your guys' questions that you have for us.
I do want to preface, we always share like a little questionnaire thing on Instagram, and I did let y'all know in the community board as well, but we're not going to be really touching on questions that we've already touched on in previous twin talks. Go check those out if you wanted to know us better, because we have answered so many questions in those videos, and we want to make sure that we're talking about new things, answering new questions.
I honestly haven't looked at any of these questions.
I haven't either, but y'all always seem to like pop out with the questions. This is a good question. Somebody said, what is the biggest challenge with being twins and being on social media? P.S. I love you. We love y'all too.
You say.
Honestly, people not knowing that we're twins. I don't really feel like we struggle.
Why do you see that as a challenge though?
Because we're not seen as individuals.
Wait, resale.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. I like know what you mean, but
they don't, yeah. I would say the biggest challenge is definitely being seen as individuals. Even to this day, Lex and I will get comments all the time like, oh my gosh, I didn't know you guys were twins, or I just thought this was like 2 different pages, or I thought you guys were the same person. It's definitely not. I feel like a lot of people would assume, oh, like comparison or like having a higher following, like all those things
that's
would
like
be
never like
no,
that's never been a thing.
No, it's never been an issue for us. I also feel like because Lex and I edit differently and you can see our personalities and our editing styles come through with like our content, that's also a pretty big indicator as why we don't really view each other that way. But yeah, I don't know, like what would you add? Like people watching us don't know or don't see us as individuals. Let me tell you, them brands don't. And they know damn well there is 2 of us, okay? And we are 2 separate businesses. So with that being said, like we should be treated as individuals. I would say that's like one of the bigger challenges. It doesn't bother me too much when people don't. I'm just still very surprised. But again, like not everybody's For You page is the same. Not everybody follows the same people. So like I understand it. But sometimes it can be hard, or tiring, I guess I should say, having to constantly remind people that you are not me and I am not you.
I agree 110%.
It's not really something that affects us. Not like, I don't really give it much of a thought.
When you're talking business-wise,
it can be disappointing.
How is Lexie's dating life going? Is she dating
or chilling type B?
Why are you getting asked that?
And she wants me to ask you.
I don't even know. I feel like it's like not really like anything, to be honest. I've been heavily prioritizing like creating experiences and doing things like for myself and not for anybody else. So in a sense, like I'm just trying to like date myself, or just trying to do things with like people around me. Like I'm not really wanting to meet like I'm not like going out of my way to like meet somebody right now. Like I'm really not. And I have talked to a few people. But I just had a lot going on like in my head and with school, and so it just like didn't work out, but it wasn't bad.
I feel like when it comes to that stuff, like you most definitely prefer to be more private. You could be in a relationship right now and y'all wouldn't even know. You know what I mean?
Don't
like,
fucking say that.
Well, I'm just saying, like,
don't clock that.
No, and I definitely feel that way too.
People are so quick to judge, and it's like as long as like I'm happy, that's all that matters.
Yeah,
so.
If I don't give them a place to put their opinion, then they can't give it. So,
period.
but I do that even with my friends and even with my family. Like I'm very selective about what I tell people and how I tell them things. Like this perception of Devin could change, or like I have friends who I don't like their boyfriends because I've never heard anything good, and I'm like, what do they contribute?
Yeah.
You gotta protect your own peace.
Yeah. So as of right now, non-existent, but I've made the choice to have it that way. So I'm having a hot girl summer, but it's like by myself. So.
And have you guys ever liked or went after the same guy?
Hell no. Two different types.
We have two different types, but I feel like with some celebrities, there's definitely like overlap where I'm like, oh, we both think like, oh, that guy's attractive. But for the most part,
but even when I like point out like certain people, I'm like, no. And you're like, you say the same, you're like, no. If you find somebody attractive.
Yeah.
But like, we can acknowledge that. But
Yeah.
I feel like as far as like appearance-wise and guys, I would say they're definitely different.
They're definitely different. It's always been a big preference for me, and so have like darker features. Yeah, that's kind of my vibe. But when we saw challengers, I was like, Patrick's cute, but I also thought Art Danielson was cute. So it just kind of is what it is.
I got a question. What's your opinion on open relationships?
I will recommend to press pause right now because you're not gonna like what I have to say.
How about your personal preference? So she is asking our opinions. Personally, it's a no for me. I think that if you're going to get into a relationship with a person, it's for them. So why would you want to seek out other people? That person should be enough, more than enough.
Makes sense to me either. The term relationship doesn't make sense, and slapping open on it doesn't either. Like, you're not dating then. You just are sleeping together and seeing other people on the side. Like, that's not a relationship in my head by any means. That doesn't make sense to me.
That doesn't make sense to me either. I would not be comfortable doing that.
No, but you should want to be with that person. Yeah, that's a relationship. That makes sense. But if you want to see other people, then see other people. An open relationship don't make sense to me. What you would be doing right now if content creation wasn't a thing?
Wait, that's such a good question.
I feel like we'd probably still be in nursing school. Probably be just as stressed,
if not more.
if not more. Probably working at a hospital,
Probably working at like
Mayo or some clinic. I was a CNA in high school actually for a little bit when I thought I was gonna be a nurse. So
yeah.
we would probably be on that track.
Yeah, we'd probably be, instead of graduating next year, we'd still have 2 more years left.
Still have 2 more years left for sure. And yeah, we'd honestly probably just be
Oh my god, I can
regular,
imagine.
like, I don't know, average college student, which I still feel like we are, but like, you know what I mean.
That's crazy to think about. Oh, I would be so stressed. I'm stressed just thinking about that.
Somebody said, would you ever get your own place, not a shared apartment? Actually have talked about this already, and we're going to be doing this with you guys literally this summer, but we're going to be looking at apartments, and Lex and I are not going to be living together.
Wait, I'm like so excited.
I know. I think we're very excited to A, have more space, B, decorate based off of our own personalities.
Because we definitely butt heads when it comes to like decorating our open spaces.
Yeah, some things you think are cute, then I'm like, girl, what the hell is that? And some things you look at me and you'd be like, hell no, I'm not putting that on the wall.
Yeah, so it's gonna be super exciting. A big new chapter. I think for the time being, we will be staying in Minnesota. Cause it's just, I don't know, it's just hard. Like, I feel like we haven't been enough places for long enough to see what it feels like for home. But like, I don't know. All that we've been doing this summer and the places that we have been going has made it fun so far. Like it's made it very fun. And I just feel like before we were talking about, oh, there's not too much to do in Minnesota. In reality, compared to some places, yeah, maybe it might seem like there isn't much, but what we have been doing is making it a priority to go out and have new experiences here, and it's been good so far. So
yeah, at least for the first year after we graduate, I think we plan on staying in Minnesota. We might even be in the same building for who knows, but we do intend to have our own apartments and stuff like that, because really the only thing that we do together right now is YouTube, and I think we actually plan on doing something intertwined with this YouTube. Like, who knows, it could be like 5 years down the line and you might just get 2 vlogs from us and it's our own separate lives that are kind of like weaving in and out.
Yeah, like your POV, my POV,
or whatever.
Yeah.
But like still on the same channel, which I feel like I haven't ever seen done before, but like in my head I'm like, we've built this community, we've built this like history of like all of our vlogs and how we've grown and how y'all saw us get our first apartment and then our second apartment and da-da-da-da. I just feel like it kind of like makes sense, and then you honestly just get more content because you would get 2 videos a week. So yeah, that's still definitely like
a maybe,
but
yeah.
in
But I
a
think
couple of years down the line.
But I think it would be really cool. What's something you'd wish people would stop asking you both?
Say like if I like link something or talk about where something is from in a description, and I say that I'm like, oh, like my top is from Jaded London or whatever, and then somebody in the comments is like, oh my gosh, where's your top from? I'm like, because I'm like, I told you already. This is what it is, this is the size I got, and then somebody's like, where's the top from? I'm like, girl, did you even look at the video? Like, and I probably answered it like 2 previous times too, because I'll like respond multiple times when people ask, but I wouldn't say I have a question that like I get asked all the time, but stuff like that does, I'm like, you're like killing me just a little bit. What about you?
Girl, I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know.
Way to contribute nothing.
I know, I don't know.
Somebody said, how do you know what to post on social media, or is it just random? I feel like we kind of think differently when it comes to this stuff, so why don't you like answer how you strategize?
You're making me sound so unorganized.
No, I'm not. No,
okay.
It works.
I definitely do think my content is a little bit more on like the health and wellness side in comparison to the lifestyle. I do post lifestyle content, but I post a lot of like cooking videos, nutrition, more workouts than Anna does. So I feel like, I don't know, and I feel like I'm definitely structured, but like not. I don't really like pre-film much content unless it is for a brand or a brand deal or a collaboration. In comparison to Anna, who
on average, how many times do you say you would post like on TikTok a week?
like 5 times. Ideally, I would say I post like 5 times a week.
Okay. Yeah, I definitely post, I would say, every day, if not like 6 days a week. But the reason I would say I do that is, A, because I do lifestyle content, like I just have more to share, and I do enjoy sharing every single day. But on top of that, Lexie does have a larger following than me, which you, A, had a little bit of a head start, but B, also got into it like before I did. And so you were posting
I was posting so much in the beginning.
Yeah, you were posting a lot more than like I was, and you were taking it super seriously. So you're kind of at that point where you can maintain your engagement and post a little bit less, but focus on the quality over the quantity, where I kind of feel like I'm still kind of in between sometimes, where I have to post in order to maintain that engagement. And I don't know, that could just be in my head. I don't really know what it's like from an outside perspective, but that's just kind of what I think.
But consistency is a really good thing. So
Yeah.
like, don't think that it's a bad, like,
No.
it's a good thing.
It is.
Like with doing like lifestyle stuff, it's kind of just, you kind of just post what you have going on, to be honest. And I mean, that makes it easy in a sense, but also not, because maybe you have a lot going on and you don't know what to share. So you kind of think to yourself, what will your audience like? What will you like to do? And kind of just get creative with it.
That's a double-edged sword for me though, because stuff that I like doesn't always perform well. And then I get in the habit of being like, well, fuck, I don't want to just do this the whole time. Or like,
no, but you'd be surprised by, because like even some stuff I will tell you to do. I'm like, oh, why don't you do this? And then it'll do well.
yeah.
Somebody asked, how is our vision board checking off so far? Honestly, really, really good. I had my personal one, and then I had my like social media one, and then my personal one, and they kind of intertwined, but it's honestly crazy. Beauty brand trip, check. Traveling, check. Like, just, I don't even know. Car, check.
I literally, you know what's crazy, y'all?
Straight teeth,
check. Yep. Stop. Put like a Tesla key and charger on my vision board. I didn't put it as like that's the car that I wanted. I just put like, oh, I want to get a car this year, Lexie, and I need a car. And I literally got the same exact car that I put on my vision board.
I have my vision board as my phone screen, as my computer screen, and my iPad screen. I have books on here because I wanted to like create more hobbies for myself. We've recently started playing pickleball, getting into tennis. I started taking like workout classes and going on like hikes and walks. I had a lot of travel on here, which we got a lot of exciting stuff coming up. I do too have a car on my vision board, but I don't have there's no parking spaces available. So that is the reason why I have not also personally gotten myself a car, because I'm not parking my car out on the street, not in a college campus, because I don't want it to get dinged, I don't want it to get hurt. And if I was putting my 07 Nissan in a parking garage, I will be putting the new car that I get in a parking garage.
What's the most exciting trip you have coming up? We're going back to Mexico, y'all! We're going back to Mexico. We're really exciting.
Really exciting.
Cannot wait. The UV that we've already been looking at is like literally 13. If I don't come back crisp,
we will.
Yeah.
We will.
So I'm really excited. Every time I have traveled to Mexico, I've had such a good experience. Recently, I feel like we've gotten more comfortable with finding different places that aren't as touristy, so we can actually kind of get the best of both with a resort, but also an authentic feel, which is what we're looking for in the culture. And yeah, and I just feel like every time we've gone, the hospitality has been amazing, the people have been amazing, and I definitely think so far it has been my favorite place that I have traveled to.
No, I agree. We also have other exciting trips coming up, but yeah,
those ones are more like work related,
but a lot of exciting things coming up, and I'm so excited. Girl, can I ask a fucking question?
Well, do you have questions lined up?
How do you deal with stretch marks, if you have any, or any body insecurity? I've gained a little bit more weight in the past few months, which is like fine, but I've just had some more stretch marks. I honestly, girl, there's nothing wrong with them. That's like the first thing you need to realize, is that there is nothing wrong with them, okay? Your skin stretches, it happens, and honestly, it's beautiful, so just embrace it. But if you are that insecure about it, you can use oils. What do you use?
I use bio oil. That's probably my favorite. Like,
it works really
body
well.
oil, because it doesn't leave you like sticky or greasy or anything, and it just helps with like hyperpigmentation, any like scarring or anything like that, as well as stretch marks. So I just put it everywhere. I guess I'm not really looking to see like if it faded stretch marks or whatever, but as far as like scarring goes, like I have like some cat scratches from Ella and stuff like that. I feel like I definitely have seen a difference with using the product, so keep that in mind. Like, there are definitely things that you can do to minimize like appearances, but also at the same time it's natural, and it's genetic as well, and it's just, I don't feel like
I've never considered it a bad thing.
Yeah, I've never considered that as an insecurity or anything like that.
Yeah. Do you miss basketball?
I really like the sport. If y'all didn't know, Lexie and I used to play basketball all throughout our life, like high school, middle school, elementary. Like, it was definitely our favorite sport. We even played AU, which is playing basketball in the off season.
It's pretty big in Minnesota.
Yeah, and I'm sure other places as well. But we took it pretty seriously. I guess when we were younger, like, our parents thought that we would maybe play college basketball.
I feel like because we were so tall at a young age, like, it just made it seem like we
were like 5'8" in like 6th grade, I swear. So we didn't grow after that.
Yeah. But I actually really love the sport. I'm gonna tell you, a coach can wreck the sport for you so bad. And honestly, the people on your team. I think in high school, as much as we tried to like stay in it and stick it out, I think there was like so many times where I would just come back crying. Like, my parents, like, they knew that we just were like not liking what was going on.
Just like so much like background, I guess, information that will contribute as to like why we feel the way we do. But I feel like when I tore my ACL, that was just kind of a reason for both of us to
okay, I know it was like, it was hard, but it was like also a relief to know that I didn't have to go back and like play.
We had a reason not to.
Because there was no way in heck I was gonna go back and play with you not being there too.
Yeah. To give you guys like a little bit of context, so when we would play AAU, we preferred to play AAU with these teams of like new girls and like random coach.
Yeah, like random,
like all
people that we just,
all of that stuff, versus playing with the team that we played with
in high school
and middle school. Not that it had much to do with our teammates, also our coach. So they, like, that kind of stuff can really change your perspective. It can really ruin your love for the game, I guess. And at the end of the day, like, I just don't think it was worth either of our emotional like stress. Literally probably anything you could think of that, like, oh, when you played a sport, if you were like discluded or isolated or like never shown your worth, or even us being from like a smaller town, like, I guess prejudice happening as well. And we were good athletes, so with all those things being a contributing factor from somebody who's supposed to lead and guide a team, it just left a really nasty impression in our mouths and a really bad taste for the sport.
For a while.
For a while. And then we started playing AAU and we were like, oh, we do like the sport. We do enjoy playing basketball. It's just the team. It's just the coach. It's just the coach. So now I feel like we both really enjoy watching it. Devin's super, super into basketball, and I got him tickets to a Timberwolves game actually for Christmas. But yeah, I think we do really like the sport. I don't think I miss playing it by any means. But now like
I love watching it. Honestly,
Yeah.
I think it's the most entertaining sport for me to watch personally.
I agree.
Because I feel like I understand it at such a deep level. So it's just, and it's also not 5 hours long.
Yeah.
So yeah. Where are some things I'm into that Anna isn't?
I don't know. I feel like I had a lot of hobbies that you like have now.
It's one, reading. That's the only one.
Yeah. Well, that's it. You like art stuff, like drawing and that stuff. I was never into that when we were little.
And I feel like cooking too.
I enjoy cooking. I just feel like I can't be stressed out. If I have shit I have to do, I can't press pause on that to cook and it relaxes me. That doesn't math in my head. Like if I get all my stuff done and then I can make a good meal, that's like my vibe. But I can't like not do the shit I have to do and cook because that like gives me some sort of relief. That's
So, like,
actually quite the opposite.
What's that supposed to mean?
It doesn't mean anything because I'm always stressed. So
Cook. But yeah, I do like art, I do like drawing, I do like reading. What other hobbies do we have?
Well,
do we
I-
not have that many hobbies?
I think
Fucking laying in bed.
I like tanning.
I was laughing at you saying I like tanning as if that's a hobby.
It is a hobby. I like laying outside.
I like tanning.
I like reading. I do like going on walks. I like biking, but like I don't have a bike and I can't do that here. We play pickleball, tennis. We are trying to pick up more hobbies. It's just kind of hard right now because I feel like I'm like a weird stage of life when you're in college. I feel like
That
more,
wasn't the question.
I know, but in adulthood, then you can figure out what you like to do and what you like to do with your free time, and then prioritize that, and then I feel like you have hobbies again. How do you navigate the difficulty of being vulnerable on social media?
I think me putting my breakup online was like one of the first like really vulnerable things that I did. Otherwise, I feel like we've been really good at setting our boundaries with what we want to share or what we choose to share. I feel like a lot of people feel like they have an obligation, but like you don't.
Yeah.
You don't have to share it if you don't want to. If somebody asks a question, all you can say is, I don't feel like answering that, and leave it at that.
Yeah.
And I feel like a lot of people get stuck up in wanting to be more vulnerable because I feel like, in a sense, yes, because it allows people to relate to you more. It allows you to create, a more select group of people to like watch you and connect with you. But at the end of the day, like if you know sharing something might hurt you or might like
hurt other people,
then don't share it.
Don't share it.
Because you have that power. And that's the thing that a lot of people don't realize until it's probably too late. Adoption story. I know Anna and I a while ago made a video on that and we dove into it a little bit. We were very brief, but we realized after creating that, like, we did it because we got asked so much. We didn't do it because we wanted to share it. Yeah. We want you guys to know that we are adopted, but I feel like it's a very sensitive thing for us. So I feel like that's why we privated the video, and I get asked that probably on like a daily basis.
Yeah, I get asked that a bunch in my thing too.
Yeah, it's just something that we're not comfortable sharing, but we want people to know that we are adopted and we've been through it, so we can connect on that level. Okay?
Yeah.
Somebody asked, do you miss being in a relationship? No. This is the most draining thing ever. I think I miss the company at times, but that's what I have you for.
Why'd you just flick me?
No, I think I just like being around people is what I realized, but like not big groups of people, like people I'm comfortable with.
You miss having like a partner or like somebody to talk to in that manner.
but I also feel like I'm learning so much about myself, and like I'm reading books, so I'm living vicariously through the people in my books.
I still read books and I'm in a relationship. That don't matter. That's not specific to being single.
No, but I'm just saying, like, I miss certain aspects, but a lot of it I feel like I don't miss.
Yeah. Or like the person in specific you don't miss. Somebody said, what's the real tea on Teslas? Are they worth the hype? Are they not worth the money? Where parents just got iPhones this year and are figuring out how to work them. That's exactly how I feel right now. I literally feel like I'm trying to figure out a new device because it is primarily technology. It's like a giant iPad I'm trying to figure out. I love the car. I really do. I think the one pedal driving is a little bit funny at times.
I still don't know how to drive it.
It's just in stop and go traffic. Like
It's tricky.
It's tricky, but outside of that,
Yesterday you were driving this so bad.
I know.
Like,
But
I
it
literally
was-
was falling asleep in the car because I was getting so damn car sick. I was like, we were gonna like hit the car in front, and she swerves, and I'm like,
Everybody swerved though because the car that was in front of me, they swerved
but the
off to the
thing
side
is-
because they were gonna
But
rear
the
end the
thing
car in
is,
front of them.
but the thing, like, stepped off that pedal, and I was
Because
just,
the
like,
one pedal
sleeping.
driving, I'm still figuring out how to navigate it. Stop and go traffic is the only like tick I have with the car so far. Outside of that, I feel like it's really nice. I really like it.
Fully decide that after you've been through a whole season of Minnesota's weather. So you have to wait till winter, and then you can decide how much you like it.
True. Yeah, but so far I really like it. I just feel like I don't know all of the functions of everything. I do really like it, and so far I do think that it has been worth my money. Lex and I have driven so many different places and saved literally so much money, it's not even funny.
Yeah.
Because we would spend so much money on Uber. Do you sometimes feel like you're obligated / overwhelmed to post content and videos?
Yes. Especially during school.
Yeah.
Oh my god. And now I don't even realize it, but I feel like I was definitely posting more during school because I was so stressed that I wouldn't post enough. Whereas now I'm like trying to relax and I'm like, oh, I'm not posting as much because this last year, so stressful. I can't even believe I look back on that and I'm like, how did I do that?
But with that, like, we'll normally, I guess, resort back to like trends and stuff like that, and then it performs well. It's always the stuff that takes like 20 seconds to make and you post it and it performs so much well than stuff that took you an hour or two to like film, edit, and then post. Like, the math doesn't math. But you should honestly feel overwhelmed and feel like you're giving back because at the end of the day, like, you guys supporting us is like our job. It allows us to create our schedule. It allows us to like support ourselves and like live in this apartment and stuff like that. So like I should feel overwhelmed to give back to you and give back in a way for content that you will enjoy. So I honestly, I don't
I feel like that's why we're so consistent.
Yeah.
Because it's, yeah.
Yeah, and I feel like, so honestly, as bad as it sounds, it's kind of a good thing for us to feel that way because I feel like it's just kind of our heads remind us, oh, like, you need to post, like, you haven't posted in a while, and like, this is how
Give the people what they want.
yeah, this is how you make your living, and this is how you give back to your community.
Yeah, because if you guys didn't know, this is our second summer now actually doing content creation full time through the summer. So yeah, we did it last year and we took a risky step and it worked out in our
I know.
favor. So this is exciting.
That was a
This-
risky step because we literally couldn't even afford our apartment. But that's why we're also posting vlogs every week now because we just have more time and we just realized we weren't going to be able to find an editor. And I think when school starts up again, we might have to resort back to every other week because it is just really time consuming with YouTube. But we have the time now to post weekly, so we're literally going to do that. There's no
We've been
excuse.
so consistent. Any upcoming new partnerships with new brands?
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
I feel like we've kind of touched on content creator stuff as of recently. We don't just work with like a supplement company and an activewear company. We have definitely worked with
Makeup, beauty, like
makeup, hair, skin, like the whole 9 yards.
travel, like
We want to do it all.
shoe coming up maybe.
So we've done a lot of stuff and we're going to continue to do that. Sometimes Lexie and I work with the same brands when we just happen to both be pitched for the same campaign, but we still pump out our own videos
All
for
of
that.
our contracts are individual. Every single contract has been individual.
Yeah.
None of them have been together.
Yeah, but sometimes I've worked with brands that I create and post for, and you've worked with brands that you've created and post for, and yeah, that's just a part of us being like our own brand and our own business, unless it's for YouTube. YouTube, we do stuff together, but on our other platforms, everything
else is separate. There's some exciting upcoming things. Some that are like very true to us, and some that are just super exciting for the opportunity. So I am again excited to see what y'all think.
What do you think? Who do you think won the Drake and Kendrick battle? I think Kendrick won.
I think Kendrick won.
Don't even get me started on that. Like, after he came out with They Not Like Us, like, it was like, oh, you can't come back from that. And I just feel like I've been seeing so many TikToks where, like, I'm listening to the song, but I'm not really connecting all the dots to, like, lyrics and everything. But then I'll watch a TikTok about somebody who fucking breaks it down sentence by sentence, and I'm like, holy shit. Like,
okay.
I don't know. All the stuff that Kendrick's saying, too, is, like, adding up, or I'm seeing different point of views about like where certain things could mean, like when he was talking
like old tweets popping out correlating with certain songs and their release dates, and it's just like crazy. It's honestly crazy.
Honestly too, when Drake had dropped responding to Kendrick, and then not even 5 minutes later Kendrick had dropped, that's
he had that shit ready.
Yeah, because when I was listening to that, like Devin and I listened to it right away, I was like, holy shit, like he came back, like that was a good comeback. But then after Kendrick dropped again, I was like, oh man. Yeah. You can't come back. I feel like we answered majority of those questions, at least everything that was like new. This might not be as long as our other two talks, but we talked for like an hour and a half. So I feel like it should be a pretty long video. I honestly kind of want to start doing like mukbangs while we do these videos, but I just
we
feel
could
like
do like them in your car.
Yeah, we could. It's just like kind of hard because like I have a hard time watching people like talk and chew at the same time, and so I feel like we might be putting off like
I love that
a chunk of our audience. I like watching mukbangs, but I don't like watching people eat and talk at the same time. Because then it's like,
well, I'm not gonna talk while I have food in my mouth unless I'm like this.
But it might just like be more entertaining, add some more substance to the video. This is a good little catch up, a good little heart to heart, a good little update because summer's just starting. So I feel like this was actually a good time to do a video, and then like at the end of the summer we can do like a little recap type beat. You feel me?
Summer 20. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and thank you for all the support on YouTube as of recently. Like y'all have been tuning the fuck in, and we just appreciate it so much. We look at all the comments. Yeah. Stay tuned for next week's video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. We're growing so quick, honestly. So
yeah, we are. Let us know what you guys want to see next week. Probably just some sort of vlog, but
literally, yeah. But yeah, see you soon, and love you guys.